We live. Are we working? That looks good. So far so good. So I go here. Yeah, okay, so if I click on share and share on Facebook. Ah, 3 viewers. Hello. Hi. Sorry, I'm just sharing my my thing onto social media. Post. Okay, that's that done. Bring some light over, shall we? That's better. I say hello, you 3 viewers. I don't know who you are, but hi. I'm going to paint this on there whilst streaming it and hopefully not making a complete fool of myself, which wouldn't be the first time. And my phone's probably going to do that a lot. I've got to stop hitting that camera. Right, so take the tape off of there. And now my dog wants to go out. Okay, as I'm also recording this for YouTube at the same time, I'll be explaining what I'm doing. I'm gonna have to silence my phone, aren't I? Now, the easiest way I know of transferring something like this from a printed bit of paper onto the surface is just to scribble on the back using a white pencil, and then you can just put it down there and trace over the top. Very, very technical stuff, not. So we should just do that. And then we'll get the old airbrush out and we'll paint it on. And then it'll look incredible and amazing, and I will have the coolest guitar in the world. Except for my mummy replica that I've got over there. But don't tell Kirk Hammett that I copied his guitar, okay? It's a secret. So there we go, that's now got a bunch of white on the back of it. Then we can put it in place. Just like so. You wouldn't have seen all this, but yesterday I covered this guitar in a masking film and cut out a little section. So I'm just going to cut out little sections and do each bit as I go along. If you're wondering what this funny texture is on here, it's just a masking film. That's not the actual finish on the guitar, because that would be gnarly. Nobody wants a guitar that's finished like that. Right, and then get a trusty pencil Hopefully that's coming through. Yeah, look at that, look. Perfect. It's like I've done this before or something. Let's mute this phone, shall we, so it doesn't keep going off. Aha! And my Streamlabs isn't updating my chat, but I've now got it on YouTube. Evening, Shane. Hi, Mark's Mods. Ash, how you doing, buddy? Right, let's put my phone over there so I can actually see the chat. If it won't knock over all those paints, it probably will. Switch that to live chat as well, so it updates itself. So how are we all? We all doing all right? All good, I hope. Tell you what, it's bloody cold with that back door open. Marshall, Mia, you done, guys? My dogs are so obedient. Come on, you two. Thank you. Oh boy, these faces are small. Probably won't be able to airbrush that because that is tiny. Shane, you just finished tattooing for the day, mate. Wow, we're finishing late. I had a cancellation today, so I didn't tattoo a thing. I have earned absolutely no money today, which is great. But that's okay. Who needs money, eh? It's overrated. How am I going to tackle these faces? I think that would be a paintbrush job rather than an airbrush, to be honest, but we'll see how it goes. How's it going for you with tattooing? Yeah, not bad, mate. It's getting, you know what the season's like. Whenever it gets near Halloween, you just get loads of cancellations. And we're just in the thick of that at the moment. So, but in general, it's going well, Tar. It's my, when was it? It was about 3 weeks ago. It was my 7-year anniversary since first picking up a tattoo machine, and next Wednesday, I think, is my 6-year anniversary at the shop I'm currently at in Eastleigh. So time sure does fly. I'm just hoping that I've set this to record all of this as well, so I can add it into a YouTube video later. Cheers, Shane. Much appreciated, mate. How long have you been tattooing now, Shane? Smallest face in the world. Ugh. Right, that'll probably do, I reckon. That's the joy of using a white watercolour pencil. If you take this off and there's like white dust all over it and it's a bit too harsh, you can just gently rub your hand over it and it takes some of the image off. It's a really handy little trick, that. Right, so now we're going to need some paint. Now the fun bit begins. So I'm going to need air holes. And my trusty custom Micron. I'm just coming up on 2 years after an awful lockdown. I decided to open my studio, which is going really well. Ah, good for you, mate. Yeah, I have pondered my own shop a couple of times quite recently, because I live about, what is it, it's about 15-20 miles away from the shop, so although that's not a massive distance, it still cost me around £200 a month in fuel, which if I can save on that, that would be great. So I have pondered about opening up my own shop in my little town, because there's nowhere around here that does tattoos. Closest place is 7 miles away, so it could be a good little business venture, but I don't know. Like anything, I'm scared to do it. Now, where have I put my white? And do I use Trident, or do I go for something like ETAC that has some really cool detail possibilities? But then looking at my pile of paint, where is my ETAC? Where's it gone? I bet my daughter stole it. No, not there. Okay. Oh, was that it? Titanium white, look at that. 10 years old and it's still liquid. Although, is it going to be really grainy? We shall see. Oh, it's gone a bit thick and gloopy. Ooh, okay. All right, we'll see if this goes through the airbrush. juice it down just with some trusty old water. Give it a good old shake to mix it up. Oh dear, yeah. That's not spraying very well. That's got a bit clumpy. Okay, so that's out of the question. So we're going to have to use the Trident, I think. Just spray that through. Here we go. Right. So where is my little bottle of white Trident? Is that the one? No, that's flesh. There it is. White. Cool. Is that blocked? Or has my daughter used it all and there isn't any in there? No, that's blocked. Come on, come out of there. Oh dear. The only downside of having a daughter that's got into painting is that she's used all my paints. There is paint in there, but it's only a tiny bit. Jeez. I'm going to have to stock up. Put the lid back on that before I knock it over, because I'm really good at stuff like that. Okay, cool. Hello, old friend. It's been a while. There we go. BEA beautiful. Right. So I'm gonna. Where's the dog? So I don't run him over. He's over there. That's good. So I'm going to paint this in white. and then go over it with some blues and stuff to add the colour. So to start with, I'm essentially painting a black and white image. We've got a little blockage in there from that BTILC, but never mind. It'll come out eventually. So this bit is that yellow that's behind his head, so that needs to be pretty damn bright. Oh, Tip Dry, how I've missed you. Not. And spidering, look at that. That's alright, we'll sort that out later. I've got to go over this with some black as well, so it's not the end of the world, everything can be fixed. Right, he's got a knife in his mouth, which is there. Hey Ash, yeah, I didn't shout about streaming. I'm just testing this all out at the moment. This is a Chapman Guitars ML1 that I was quite heavily involved with doing like all the graphic stuff behind the scenes for Rob Chapman when he was doing this guitar, and as a thank you, bless him, he gave me a kit one off of the first run, and it's just been sat in a box in bits ever since I got it, like, God, 10 years ago. So it's a if you don't know, it's a Strat type guitar. Tip Dry City. Greetings from the Chicago area. Oh, nice. How is it over there? Right, so we've got little beams of light coming down through a grate or something there. Is that actually focused on the guitar, or is it focused on that? Let's try and move you a bit. This is where I give you all motion sickness. So bend my little tripod like that. Bend that like that. Right. Focus here, not here. It's not having it, is it? It's focusing on this. Let's try moving them out of the way. Bear with me. Let's just see if we can adjust that focus. Don't know if I can do this during a live stream. Let's see if this crashes. Right, focus, auto off. That's better. That's more like it. Right, apply. Done. There you go, look. That's blurry. This is in focus. That's much better. Right, so we've done the light beams. There is a bit of light coming down here. And I've got to stop knocking my glasses on the camera. Right, what else we got? So there's more blue over on this edge, so we'll need some more white over there to highlight the blue. We've got solid yellow there, so that's all solid white. We've got pretty much all the detail we're going to need in their faces for now until I get the other colours in there. Got the light beams, I've got that. Cool. Okay, colour change time. Got some crap in the paint up there. Let's grab a toothpick and get that out. Because we don't want that going through the airbrush, because that will cause us all sorts of trouble. And then this won't be a live stream of me painting, it'll be a live stream of me stripping my airbrush and cleaning it. And nobody wants to see that. Cool, that's that clean. So what do we need? We need some pinks, purples and blues. So what have we got in this little paint box of mine? Red. Yeah, it's not really a red though. No, carmine's too dark. What's that one? Stick that there so you can see it. So yeah, let's find a colour to match that. And that is not it. Right. Let's mix up a custom one, I reckon. So we'll start off with some, what we got? Illustration Infectious Pink. For those of you who are wondering. But that is too pink. So we will add a bit of Illustration Blood Red into the mix. So I've got about, for those airbrush people out there who want to know, I've got about 6 drops of the pink in there with 2 drops of the red, and I'm reducing it with my very expensive, very technical reducer, tap water. Getting there. It's not far off. Needs a little bit more red though, so I'll put a couple of more drops of the blood red in. God, is it really 20 past 8? Time flies. That's better. So that's reddened that up nicely. And because I've watered it down so much, it should act like a candy to a certain extent. Not completely, because it is a opaque paint at the end of the day. A candy is a very different animal, but you get a certain level of transparency if you really, really water stuff down. as they used to say back in the day when I used to airbrush full time, and all the other airbrush artists used to say that I liked to paint with slightly tinted water, which is true. Right, so that's all of that on there. So we'll blast that through and change colour again. Right, we need a nice blue. What have I got in the way of blue? Yeah, too light. Where have all my blues gone? Have I been have I fallen victim to my daughter's addiction to painting again? What we got over there? Metallic? We don't want a metallic. Racing blue, that'll do. Yeah, that's a good match. So we got Vallejo Candy Racing Blue. Now, because this is a candy, I shouldn't have to water it down. But we shall see. Technically, it's not really a candy, it's just a watered down paint. So a bit of that, just for good measure, because it's me. I'll add a bit more water, probably about 50%. Yeah, there you go, look, on that white dot there, when you're putting the finger in. That's cool. Okay. It looks really, really leery on the camera. It's not that bright. I think it's because of the fluorescent light I've got on. It looks like I've cranked the contrast right up. I'll have to play with that. The only downside with using very watered down paint is it takes ages to build up the layers. You can get some beautiful fades going and you can really control the amount of saturation, but it does take a little while. That'll do that. Now I really need like a really dark midnight blue type colour. What have we got in your pot now? That's black. We don't want black. Not yet, anyway. Ooh, detail violet. Ooh. That might be nice. Although, this paint has got to be over 10 years old. What are the odds of it actually still being liquid? Hey Jamie, yeah, we got a long way to go on this one yet. But it's good that I finally started it. Well, it's still liquid. I don't know if there's lots of clumps in it that are going to block up my airbrush, but let's give it a try. I'm not sure if you can even buy the Wicked Detail paints anymore. That's a beautiful colour. I don't know if it's coming out on camera, but look at that. Do my trademark of adding loads of H2O to it. Well, I think it's spraying okay. Let's give it a whirl. Oh yes. I'm amazed this paint still flows as well as it does. There's my compressor. I don't know how loud it is, so I apologise if it's noisy on the camera. It will shut up in a second. This is really relaxing. Glad you're enjoying it, mate. So one of those, what do they call them? Is it ASMR? AMSR videos? The gentle hissing of an airbrush. Of course, when I get to do the YouTube video, I'm just going to speed all this up. This will just be a quick time lapse. Otherwise, this video is going to end up being about 400 hours long, probably. Don't no one want to sit through that. God, imagine watching me for 400 hours. I've got to stop knocking my glasses on the camera. Just working in some contrast in between those light streaks. Now that bit is just light blue, that bit is bright yellow. All that's fairly dark, which we've done. That bit needs to be a bit more purpley. And that bit is almost black up there, which is cool. We have to fade it out to black around this edge. The bottom here needs to be darker. Right, their faces are pretty purple. There's not a lot of blue in there. Hopefully the camera's picking up what I'm doing. I'm just working in some dark violets in between the tip dry. I'm just working in some dark violets in between the little water ripples. Just to add some contrast, like I say, in between the tip dry. Glad this paint still sprays though. I mean, For those of you who ever came to see me at Custom Culture Blast Off, it came out of that trolley I had with me. It was full of my paints. That's where it came from. It's been sat in there since I last did a convention, which was a long time ago. Thanks to finances, which spoil everybody's fun. Right, so that bit stays quite blue, but then from her head there's quite a shadow, but we'll do that with black. We've got all that. There's more of a contrast between that end light beam and the blue. Just like that. Okay. Colour change. Now, what kind of yellow have we got here? It's a really pale one, you can hardly see it. And in my experience, yellow paint really saturates quickly over white, so I have to be careful. What yellow shall I use? Fluorescent yellow, we're not using that one. Let's try some Createx illustration yellow, I reckon. It's still liquid, which is good. Although the cap does appear to be stuck shut. There we go, gotcha. Right. And because I don't want this to saturate completely, you see it's really pale, that yellow. So I'm going to water this down again. Which I know is not like me. So I've got 4 drops of this yellow. And then I'm probably going to add double that in water. Give it a good shake up. And we have one very watery yellow. Right, so it is a little bit of that and most of that around his head. Okay. Have to be careful of all the blue as well, because if I go over the blue with this yellow, it'll go green, of course. Right down the side of her hair, that's a bit yellow as well. Has he got any on his hair? No, he hasn't. Okay. So that's about all the yellow I need. That wasn't a lot. What's the time? Wow, 10 to 9. Give it another 10 minutes and then I'd best call it a day, I suppose. Because the good lady wife will be coming home from work. Right, so we've washed out the yellow. Now what do we need? We could probably do with some black next. This is going to have to be really subtle because we want that to stay mostly blue. There are darker aspects of it, like that little curve there, and down here, but they've still got hints of blue in them, so we need this to be nice and subtle. What we got here? Let's give this one a go. So Createx Illustration Black. Chris the Snail Driver. Nice name, mate. Cheers, buddy. Yes, all being well, I am planning to do a stream every Saturday night if I can while I'm doing this guitar. That's the plan. This is like the test run. I've got a new laptop, and I did have a big PC over behind me for streaming, but it was a bit difficult to use because all my stuff is over this side and my computer is over that side behind me, so it was a bit tricky to use it. So I'm trying a new setup and it appears to be working all right. So and it's one of those things that I can just sit down, turn on and get going. So the plan is to stream at about 7 PM every Saturday night if I can. I'll shout about it all over social media if I'm going to. And of course I'll be editing the streams up and recording extra bits for YouTube as well, so you're going to get the usual progress videos on this like I used to do. Right, so just like the yellow, I've put 4 drops of this black into the paint cup, and then I'm going to add about the same amount of water. Give it a good old shake. Right, how saturated is this? Oh yeah, that's lovely, and like that's almost gone like a smoky black, which is perfect. That's exactly what I wanted. Okay, so we've got that horn bit that comes up there. Be careful not to saturate it too much because we don't want it solid black. Then we've got another bit just above it there. My daughter's online. Hello. Can I show what the finished work will look like? You missed it. Of course, mate. 2 seconds. Let's just put that down without bending my needle. And then, through the wonders of technology, if I switch camera like that. Hey, everybody. And then back here. There she blows. Really poor lighting, sorry. That's what it's going to look like. So, loads of work. Right, let's put you back to the pretty camera and not my ugly mug. So we've got those two. That's all light up there. It's quite dark coming in over there. So let's add a little bit, but not a lot. Just like so. We got darker bits in between the light rays down there. I don't know if the camera's picking this up, but I'm just adding tiny bits of black just in between the light beams, just on these edges here. Love the Darth Vader behind you. Cheers. I picked him up from some kid who was selling him. I built the R2D2. He's like one of those Build Weekly magazine things. I did that, and then a kid locally was selling that Darth Vader that's about the right sort of scale. He's a little bit off, but not by much. And I was like, yeah, I've got to have him. There is a same scale C3PO around somewhere, but I haven't got him, unfortunately. I know people who have, but I haven't. I've only got the Darth Vader. We'll go a bit dark around the edge to give it that burst look. You know, guitar paint jobs have that burst look where it's brighter in the middle and dark around the edge. So I'll shade it a bit heavier around the edge. I'm toying with the idea of a gold binding around the edge on this, but I'm not completely sold on it. Or neon green, just to tie in with like the end of the movie when they're facing off against Lopan and he's got all those neon lights everywhere. I thought that would be quite cool. He's doing the Ecto 1 DeLorean, Bismarck and Spitfire. I thought that's how they are to do. Ah, the Millennium Falcon. I'm kicking myself that I didn't do that. I don't have much spare income, but I'm currently doing the Ecto 1, obviously, because there's no way I wasn't going to do that one, and the DeLorean, and I've just signed up for the kit, the old Knight Rider kit, but yeah, the Millennium Falcon is high up on my wish list. Once I've finished kit, if you can still get the Millennium Falcon, I'll definitely be doing that one. Trouble is, I like all the mods as well, and the mods are really expensive. got to stop headbutting the camera. Trouble is, it's only like 3 centimeters from my face. That's my problem. So every time I look over there to the reference, I headbutt the camera. Ah, the flux capacitor and Xmas tree. Yeah, they are definite musts for the DeLorean. Like Wayne calls it, the flux they massacred. Still find that funny. Yeah, their version of the flux capacitor was just rude. I'm slightly worried about the dashboard on kit as well. I got a bad feeling that it's just going to be like one LED behind a panel, and it's going to look a bit crap. But I'm sure the modding community will hook us up with something. I'll just remortgage the house or something. What time is it? Oh, well, that's time, I'm afraid, guys. I better go. The missus will be home in a minute. She'll want a cuppa, and she'll want to watch EastEnders, and I have to be quiet and a good man. So, thanks for watching. I'll keep playing with this in the background probably, and obviously I'll record it all for YouTube and that lot. And yeah, have a good Sunday, and I'll see you all later. Now if I can find out how to end this stream. Where's the button? There should be a button here.